The Chicago Bears have already had one of their greatest off seasons in team history, and we haven't even gotten to the draft yet. Ryan Poles, Ian Cunningham, and company have been doing a fantastic job, in my opinion, on managing the budget, draft asset management, and bringing in talent that is currently available at the moment through free agency that has already made this team 100 times better than that last year. Let me give you a quick rundown of the last 2 weeks for the Chicago Bears. They traded the number 1 overall pick to the Carolina Panthers for the number 9 overall pick, number 61 overall pick, 2024 first round pick, 2025 second round pick, and a young wide receiver one in DJ Moore, addressing that wide receiver one need for Justin Fields in the Chicago Bears offense. Just want to say Carolina is going to be bad for the next 2 to 3 years. So the fact that we took a likely top 10 pick from them next year, along with in 2025 an early second round pick, as well as getting DJ Moore and all the assets we got this year as well, is huge. Along with that, the front office decided to re-sign career Blasingame, who is our fullback, to a 2-year contract extension, along with long snapper Patrick Stale to a 1-year contract extension. Through free agency, though, we were a very busy group of people. They signed linebacker TJ Edwards to a 3-year deal, linebacker Tremaine Edmonds to a 4-year deal, defensive end DeMarcus Walker to a 3-year deal, left guard Nate Davis to a 3-year deal, running back Travis Homer to a 2-year deal, running back Deonta Foreman to a 1-year deal, tight end Robert Tonyan to a 1-year deal, defensive tackle Andrew Billings to a 1-year deal, and quarterback PJ Walker to a 2-year deal. Again, the draft hasn't even happened, and we've already drastically improved our starters at the linebacker position, wide receiver position, guard position, and brought in a ton of depth at defensive end, running back depth, and even quarterback. And tight end, I always love when the Bears bring in veteran depth like Robert Tonyan, who works very closely with Luke Getsy. But what will happen now with the Bears drafting number 9 overall? I am here to give my thoughts on the Bears' 10 picks in this mock draft so far, which 4 of these picks as of right now are within the top 100 picks. Before I begin, please make sure to hit the like button on this video. Put your thoughts in the comment section below of who you want the Chicago Bears to draft or how my mock draft was. And if you don't mind, if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. All right, let's kick things off. In round 1 at pick number 9 for the Chicago Bears, I am drafting defensive lineman Myles Murphy from Clemson. The 6'4", 268-pound junior is only 21 years old from Marietta, Georgia. In 2022, he had 6.5 sacks, 40 total tackles, 22 being solo, and 1 forced fumble. He had a 90.7 grade according to NFLDraftBuzz.com with a 40 time of 4.57, tackling 65 out of 100, pass rush 84 out of 100, and run defense 80 out of 100. I want to bring him in because his speed and power is out of this world. He would be an instant upgrade to the defensive line as he can blow up any play given his athletic build for his size. He has some of the best feet and hands in this upcoming draft for any defensive lineman according to scouts, and that is something that the Bears need in order to get pressure on the quarterback and blow up in the backfield. His moves help him pass any offensive lineman, and he can flip on the inside and outside and play either position. One of the best players that could drop to 9, I would love to see Myles Murphy in orange and blue. Pick number 2 in round 2, 53rd pick via the Baltimore Ravens. I have the Chicago Bears selecting Antawia Adebamor from Northwestern, a 6'1", 282-pound defensive lineman / edge who is a senior at 22 years old from Kansas City, Missouri. Playing for Chicago's Big Ten team, Northwestern, I'm sure he would love to stay local, especially play for a team that is completely on the rise. In 2022, he had 38 total tackles, 27 being soloed, 9 tackles for loss, 5 sacks, and 1 pass deflection. He has an 86.9 grade according to NFLDraftBuzz.com with a 4.49 40 time for a big man, tackling 55 out of 100, pass rush 90 out of 100, and run defense 77 out of 100. Dude is an absolute monster. He's insanely fast for a defensive lineman, and he can play both edge and defensive line, and is a bull rusher to make any offensive lineman's life hell. He's one of the fastest defensive linemen off the ball in this upcoming draft, and the Bears need somebody who can get after and blow up plays right away. He has huge body length to make it difficult for anyone to get around him. He has great pursuit at the ball and is one of the best quarterback pressure defensive linemen in this upcoming draft. With my 3rd pick in round 2 at 61 via the Carolina Panthers, I have the Chicago Bears selecting offensive tackle, specifically right tackle, Darnell Wright from Tennessee, a 6'5", 333-pound senior at 22 years old from Huntington, West Virginia. In 2022, he only allowed 5 quarterback hurries, 2 quarterback hits, and 0 sacks in 829 snaps at right tackle. He also strictly played right tackle last season, but his junior year, he did play left tackle. He is a versatile offensive lineman as he runs a 40 time of 5.01. He's an 86.6 grade according to NFLDraftBuzz.com, along with his pass blocking being ranked 84 out of 100 and his rock blocking being 72 out of 100. His huge frame gives him the ability to be a wall on both sides of the ball for Justin Fields, as you will have Braxton Jones on the left side and Wright on the right side. He was one of the best right tackles in college last year at reading defenses and quickly adapting to where help is needed during the play for his teammates. Strong hands and legs make him very difficult to get around, and he can block on the move as well, especially with scrambling quarterbacks. Pick number 4 in round 3 at pick number 64 for the Chicago Bears. I have them selecting cornerback DJ Turner from Michigan, a 5'11", 178-pound senior who is only 21 years old from Soway, Georgia. In 2022, he had 36 total tackles, 27 solo, 1 interception, and 10 pass deflections. Clearly a ball hawk, he was ranked 85.9 out of 100 according to NFLDraftBuzz.com, and that's not even the best part. He has a 40 time of 4.26 seconds, one of the fastest in this year's combat. Quarterback rating when targeted is 62.2, along with his tackling 84 out of 100, his run defense 78 out of 100, his coverage 84 out of 100, his zone 78 out of 100, and his man and press coverage 83 out of 100. He is a freak of an athlete with that speed, could be a great kick return, punt return guy, but also a great guy to rotate in and take on the fastest wide receivers that we go against. He's a lockdown corner as well, who doesn't let anyone get around him, and also being a great tackler on top of it makes him even more dangerous. Great at reading offenses and clearly at disrupting plays. Would love to see Turner be in the Chicago Bears. Pick number 5 in round 4 at 103. I have the Chicago Bears selecting center Joe Tippmann from Wisconsin, a 6'6", 313-pound center, a junior at 21 years old from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Out of 758 snaps in 2022, he allowed 2 quarterback hits, 2 quarterback hurries, and 1 sack. An 84.7 grade according to NFLDraftBuzz.com. He is one good blocker. 85 out of 100 pass blocking and run blocking, 86 out of 100. We need a new center next year, as we have officially let go of Sam Mustipher. Best of luck to him. And if the Chicago Bears decide to cut Cody Whitehair and save $9.9 million in cap, this is the next man up. He has an insanely high football IQ, according to scouts, that will allow him to better read defenses for Justin Fields and any other play to call out for a potential switch. Also, a massive center at 6'6" gives him the advantage of over bigger defensive. A massive center at 6'6" gives him the advantage over bigger defensive linemen that he could go against. Also, a great pass and run blocker makes him a dual threat. At pick number 6 in round 4, 133 from the Philadelphia Eagles, I have the Chicago Bears selecting wide receiver Charlie Jones from Purdue, a 5'11", 175-pound wide receiver, a senior at 22 years old from Deerfield, Illinois. This one's a little personal to me. I know Charlie from high school. He's a great guy, incredible athlete, great teammate, and is with how Ryan Poles has been going, taking hometown talent, I could see Charlie falling in the Chicago Bears. In 2022, he ripped it up at Purdue. He had 110 receptions for 1,361 receiving yards, which is 12.4 yards per catch with 12 touchdowns. He is an 80.9 grade according to NFLDraftBuzz.com, but he is one impressive athlete, and here is why. A quarterback rating when he is targeted of 118.1, making him a very reliable wide receiver. Hands 87 out of 100, one of the highest grades I've ever gone over out of any player so far this offseason, along with his short routes 83 out of 100, his medium routes 88 out of 100, his deep routes 89 out of 100, and his blocking 56 out of 100. He is a great run after catch wide receiver that could help be a good weapon when the Chicago Bears need to get a quick first down. Also, great hands make him a reliable target. As we all know, the Bears did struggle this year with a lot of drop passes. Great vision when he is downfield, and that's something that scouts have been really talking about over the last couple of weeks that I've noticed across multiple platforms. He's a competitor. He's going to fight you for every single ball, every single yard, and he's going to be a great guy in a Chicago Bears uniform if it happens, and I would love nothing more for the hometown kid to play for his hometown team. At pick number 7, round 5, 137, I've talked about this guy a few times, running back Kendre Miller from TCU, a 6', 220-pound running back, a 21-year-old junior from Mount Enterprise, Texas. In 2022, he had 224 rushes for almost 1,400 yards, averaged 6.2 yards per carry, and 17 touchdowns. According to NFLDraftBuzz.com, he has an 83 overall rating. He has a 4.58 40 time, rushing 90 out of 100, a breaking tackles 82 out of 100, receiving in hand 63 out of 100, pass blocking 34 out of 100, but run blocking 54 out of 100. Clearly, the playmaker could be a great threat with Khalil Herbert, but I don't know if they're going to end up taking a running back in this draft due to the amount of running backs they've picked up so far in free agency, and we still have Treston Ebner on the roster. But explosive and bulldozes over defenders, very strong footwork, and what's holding him back in this draft? His blocking, which that's okay because that can be taught. 3 more picks for you guys. Thank you as always for tuning in. If you're interested in this hat, go to the link in the description below. It's from a good friend of mine, Drunk Ryan Poles. It's actually not Ryan Poles, just want to put that out there. But these hats are awesome, and if you want one, make sure you go to the link in the description. Pick number 8, round 5, 159 from the New England Patriots. I have the Chicago Bears taking Spencer Anderson, offensive guard from Maryland. A 6'5", 305-pound, 22-year-old senior from Bowie, Maryland. He has a 75.9 grade according to NFLDraftBuzz.com, but his pass blocking is 83 out of 100, and that is something that I think that the Chicago Bears could definitely work on with him, making him even better, as his run blocking is 57 out of 100. He's going to drop back in this draft, but a big guard who can pass block and can be taught how to do a few more things in the NFL is something I think Ryan Poles could see in him and take advantage of. At pick number 9, round 7, pick 220, I have the Chicago Bears taking linebacker DJ Johnson from Oregon, a 6'4", 260-pound senior at 22 years old from Sacramento, California. He had 39 tackles, 15 being solo, and 6 sacks in 2022. He has a 78.7 grade according to NFLDraftBuzz.com, but he is also an absolute freak of nature. 40 time 4.49, tackling 65 out of 100, pass rush 72 out of 100, run defense 70 out of 100, and coverage 52 out of 100. A big linebacker who can play behind Tremaine Edmonds and learn a thing or two and eventually become into a beast in the NFL. Good special teams guy as well to start his career potentially. A big hitter who likes to make it known to guys do not come in his direction or he's going to hurt you. The final pick out of this mock draft is round 7, pick 258, and I have the Bears taking defensive back Starling Thomas from UAB. In 2022, he had 29 tackles, 19 solo, and 14 pass deflections. 6 foot, 194-pound senior is an absolute freak of an athlete, and it just gets even better, and I hope the Bears can steal him out of this draft. He has a 75 grade according to NFLDraftBuzz.com, but get ready for this. For a guy who's 6 foot and almost weighs 200 pounds, he runs a 4.25 40 time. Quarterback rating when targeted, 74.1. Tackling 68 out of 100. Run defense 68 out of 100. Coverage, zone, and man and press coverages are all 68 out of 100. Why do I want him? Speed. This guy is an absolute freak of an athlete. And imagine a kick return or punt return coming back from this guy running at you at full speed with 4.25 40 speed and bulldozing you. It's going to hurt. He's also great at pressing wide receivers in coverage if he does play defense, and also could be the next big punt returner in Chicago. I see it. I can't show highlights on this video because I don't own the rights, but this guy is a freak of an athlete. That's all 10 picks. If I was Ryan Poles, so many areas of need have been already addressed, and I think that he can zone in on those other ones and make this team a true contender this upcoming season. Again, thoughts, comments in the comment section below, and thank you as always for tuning in this episode of Just Another Year Chicago. But with that, thank you very much for tuning in as always, and we'll see you guys next time.